might be an accident, you know, so well, I'll give some thought to that. You know, I might just wander down when there's a group of people waiting to cross, and when the crossing guard stops the cyclists, I might at that point show them the picket signs. So, anywho, we'll see. But yeah, as a rule, you know, it's the other reason not to, you know, there's various reasons not to display the picket signs to the Tour de Lille people. That, you know, the risk of an accident isn't the only one. Another one is, you know, they're out to have a good time, out to have a good day. It's an annual event. You know, do I really want to perhaps spoil it a bit for them by bringing it to their attention that Unitarian Universalists misuse blasphemy law to hide pedophilia and rape? You know, so there's another reason, you know, not to specifically target the Tour de Lille. So yeah, I probably will leave well enough alone. I mean, if some of the cyclists passing look back this way and see my picket signs, that's fine, you know, but I don't think I'm going to make any special effort to ensure that they see them. So, anyhow, just continue to circulate here, but I haven't seen a whole lot of people showing up for church this morning at the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I mean, usually Flower Communion is, usually it's a fairly high attendance Sunday, but just haven't seen. Now, it could be partly because of the whole traffic situation with the Tour de Lille. I mean, basically, it's very difficult to approach the church from the east today because the Tour de Lille is going down Claremont Street, which is on the east side of the Unitarian Church of Montreal, or the block that the Unitarian Church of Montreal is on. So the whole Tour de Lille thing may have just caused some people to say, forget it, I'm not even going to church this Sunday. It's quite possible. Others may have tried or be trying, but they're being delayed somewhat. You know, and others may, you know, they may take a different route. You know, maybe they'll go in the back door or whatever. We got quite a lot of people here. Okay, so here we have people crossing. Yeah, so as much as tempting as it is to literally have thousands of people see these picket signs, I think I will forego that opportunity today. I'll just continue to talk about the, you know, issues. You know, it is essentially more than 5 years now, since the Unitarian Universalist Association falsely accused me of blasphemous libel in an effort to hide pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers. Hi, sir. Thanks for the wave. Yeah, it's always a nice day when you're accused of blasphemy by Unitarians. Doesn't get better than that. So this guy waves and says, have a nice day. So I came back with my usual response, a shortened version of it, which is, it's always a nice day. Pardon? Oh oui, c'est la vérité, monsieur. C'est la vérité. Avec beaucoup de preuves. So I don't know exactly what the guy said, but he was expressing dismay at my picket sign. I think he said "pas ça," not that. And I think he obviously understood it's, you know, the clergy abuse issue. So I came back with, you know, it's the truth, you know, and not only is it the truth, but there's lots of evidence, you know, everything on my picket signs is supported by lots of evidence. Everything I say about Unitarian Universalist pedophiles and rapists is supported by lots of evidence. So, you know, I don't, you know, how can I put it this way? What I do rather than what I don't do. What I do is, you know, when I'm blogging about these issues, I try to blog about the most, you know, solidly proven cases, you know, to avoid being accused of libel or slander. You know, there's lots of stuff I've heard and know about, including some extremely scurrilous stuff that I haven't been able to verify. You know, people have said this, that, and the other thing, and I haven't been able to verify the truthfulness of it. So I've avoided blogging about it. Now, I could blog about it and just say, well, this is what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but you might want to look into this further. And I occasionally do that. But essentially to protect myself from being accused of libel or slander by Unitarians, I've always been very, very careful to be sure that what I'm saying is very truthful and as much as possible is supported by evidence that is pretty much incontrovertible, that they just cannot deny the truth. I mean, they can deny it only to be confronted by the fact that it's true. I mean, that's what happened with the Unitarian Universalist Association's Canadian attorney. He confronted me, said, what you're saying isn't true, and it's, blasphemous libel, blah, 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 and good day.
I'm just looking. Sorry, I haven't been in town for 6 months, so I'm just looking.
Right.
Uh-huh.
This has been going on for 5 years, actually.
Yeah? What's the deal?
The Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston, which is, the head office of the Unitarian Universalist Church in America, hired a corporate lawyer to have me served with a demand letter.
You?
Yes, me, accusing me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel, which is in the Canadian Criminal Code, for blogging about Unitarian Universalist pedophiles and rapists. So he wanted the blog post to disappear.
I'm going to tell you something. If you were in the States like I am, I have my apartment here, but I live in Santa Barbara, California.
Right. Oh, Santa Barbara, they had their sex scandals there. The Unitarians, they had a big one. I don't know if you heard about it, but...
Yeah. I've been there 14 years.
Oh, so you know about it?
I think I've...
Tony, what's his name?
Yeah, I follow the news.
Right.
But I mean, you never get away with lots of stuff there.
Yeah.
You have...
Well, that's the thing, is the Unitarian Universalists get away with all kinds of stuff because the leadership protect the ministry, I'd say, just as much as, the Roman Catholic Church or any other.
Well, it's all... Churches have changed so much in the way they... they're just so... They bend so much, whereas before they were so... They bend because...
Yeah, well, they bend justice,
It's politics.
Well, especially the Unitarians. The Unitarians, a lot of them are atheists. It's basically just a big pack, it's basically a political action.
Yeah. They have so much things going on. They have so many things going on with the atheists there that I think sometimes they're bending too. But you know what? I guess it's everything you believe in is a different. Well, we use the word religion, but so I guess you have to. And it's just gone crazy in the States with political correctness.
Well, I've been keeping an eye on. Well, this is. This came from the States. This was not the Canadian church that did it, and it's insane. On top of the blasphemous libel stuff, they accused me of, and this is an exact quote from the letter, threatening and defamatory conduct amounting to sexual harassment of women Unitarian Universalist ministers.
So
Why? Because I use the term sucks and blows at the same time to describe one Unitarian minister's hypocrisy, which has nothing, that's not sexual at all, that's inhaling and exhaling air. But they tried to construe that this was sexual harassment, so that's just...
So what do they want to do? What do they want to do? Take your
Yeah, they wanted everything to disappear,
But there's no lawsuit or anything against
Well, these were criminal. These were accusations of crimes. They were threatening to have me arrested and...
Nothing's happening.
Nothing. No, I totally humiliated the lawyer in my responses. If you want to read more, just go on the internet and Google Unitarians and blasphemous libel, or you'll find it.
I definitely will.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying myself. I mean, who gets to be accused of blasphemy in the 21st century by atheists?
It says. It says here inspires challenges. Well, you're challenging them.
No, but this is the thing. If I've commented, do you see any moral and ethical content there?
Moral and ethical.
What I'm saying is, our spiritual community welcomes, nurtures, inspires, challenges. Together we take action in the world. There's nothing in there about what kind of action they take. It could be good, it could be evil. Sure. Same thing for the welcoming and the nurturing. And
but also you could put yourself on that and say, that's what I'm doing.
And they challenged me by they challenged me by accusing me of blasphemous libel. That's one, not locally, but...
but after a while, they end up... whatever they believe in, minute you challenge them, you're totally...
There's a huge amount of willful ignorance. Oh, they kicked me out of the church years ago for...
Willful ignorance.
Exactly. Nice talking to you, So... Yeah. So I just had a very nice chat with a woman. It's all recorded. And so she, saw the signs. She was looking at them. And so we engaged in this little chat. She engaged in a free and responsible search for the truth and meaning of my picket signs in my protest, and we had a very good chat about it. And she came from Santa Barbara, California, which is one of the cities in which the Unitarian Universalists have had a well-publicized sexual misconduct scandal. Essentially, the minister, Tony, I think Perino was his name, he essentially used his congregation as a harem, and he had multiple affairs with the women in the congregation, some of them being, of course, married women. So that was a big sexual misconduct scandal for the Unitarians, back in, I guess, the 90s. He died recently, within the last year or two. But, this was basically kept very hush-hush as much as they could by the Unitarians. I mean, it came out, it was reported in newspapers and stuff, but in terms of the religious community itself, they basically did everything they could not to talk about it and so on and keep hush-hush about it. So it's kind of fun that this woman, knows about that, although she knows vague. And it also is good that she's actually told me that she's going to Google Unitarians and blasphemous libel because she's curious, wants to know more. So that's what's called a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, which is what Unitarians really should be doing about this protest instead of trying to shut it down. They should engage in a free and responsible search for the truth and meaning of my chalk slogans, which say Unitarians misuse blasphemy law to cover up pedophilia, and which say Unitarian Universalists misuse blasphemy law to cover up and deny pedophilia and rape, and they should engage in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, what I'm saying right now in my videos. But they don't. They're wallowing in willful ignorance and psychological denial because they don't want to know the truth. So, yeah, again, very, very few people showing up. Oh, it's Shoshanna, the truth cover. Shoshanna, the woman who hides pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers by erasing my chalk slogans. Are you proud, Shoshanna? So that's Shoshanna Green, the chaplain, or one of the chaplains of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I recently blogged about her. She's repeatedly involved herself in the erasure of my chalk slogans. So